I'm gonna call the Recreation, Parks and Cultural Affairs Council Committee, May 8th. We're all set to,
Nicole.
May 8th, 2024. Great, we have Nicole who's here. I'm gonna do roll call. Heather Dunn, Lisa Shanahan, Johan Lopez,
Present.
and Nicole Ayers, and myself are here. So we do have a quorum. And can I get approval of the minutes of the April 10th, 2024 meeting minutes? Thank you, Ms. Heather. And any changes, corrections from anyone? Nope. All in favor? Okay,
I need to abstain because I missed that meeting.
thank you, Nicole. Delene, is there anyone on for public participation?
If anybody's here to speak on anything other than your agenda item, can you please raise your hand? No, there's not.
I couldn't hear her. She said no, right?
No, there's no.
Okay, thank you. There's no old business. We'll move on to new business. Item 5.1a. Authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to enter into a contract with Alloy Design Studios LLC for PLLC for project number 4358 Urban Grant Improvement Trail Design and Development in an amount not to exceed $49,600. Account number noted. 1B, authorize the Director of Recreation and Parks to issue change orders on the contract with Allo Design Studios PLLC for project number 4358 Urban Grant Improvement Trail and Development in an amount not to exceed $4,960. Would someone move those items? Thank you, Ms. Shanahan. Okay.
So, Madam Chair, two of the recommendations of our recent completed Parks and Rec Master Plan was one, that the city needed some more park space. And two, the city also was looking for more passive recreation, such as, a trail, walking trail system. So the Rec and Parks Department obtained a list of current properties owned by the city of Norwalk. And we came up with two properties, actually four properties, two sets of properties that we thought would make a good passive trail system. So within your packet, you do have the maps of these properties. We did go out to bid for a design project in order to create a trail system on these properties already owned by the city. So it's going to be, an exciting process, bringing more park space online. It's something that is needed, within the city, and that was as outlined in our master plan. So if you guys have any questions or need, some further information, feel free to ask any questions. But we are in the preliminary stages of this. We did go out to bid on the project, and Alloy was the low bidder. And we had a kickoff meeting with them, and we're excited to get started. Oh, you're muted.
Any questions for Ken about this project?
I have a quick question. It looked like it was up near Creeping Hemlock. That you,
Yes. Yep.
Are you looped in with the Route 7 Merritt interchange, that project that's the state's doing?
Yeah, we have been in contact with TMP, so we are going to have our designers speak with them too as part of this project.
Yeah, I can't remember which version
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was 26A. I don't know. Okay, but it'll come very close. I know they were talking about messing with Creeping Hemlock a little bit.
Right.
Nicole.
Nicole? Nicole, you have your hand up? Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm sorry. I was trying to get to the backup in my packet, but I couldn't get to it in time. Ken, just quick question.
Sure.
These two land allocations, are we just thinking green space, or are we going to connect them to anything? I can't get to it in my packet. I know you said by Hemlock. Where's the other?
Yep. So the other one is up near Woods Pond. So the property near Creeping Hemlock, there's actually two properties together. One is 2.8 acres and the other is 1.6. So when you join those two, it's a total of about 4.5 acres. And then the property up by Woods Pond is a total of 18 acres. So they're pretty sizable properties. So it's gonna be, it's passive recreation only. We're picturing a like meandering trail system, through the woods with a few benches and a couple of scenic overlooks. Where it warrants, as well as a small 3 to 4 car parking area.
So we're not thinking about anything. I'm trying to think what would be comparative. I'm a visual learner. 14 acres, what's comparative that we already have?
So Taylor Farm is 17 acres,
Okay, so smaller than Taylor's Farm.
a
Okay,
little bit smaller, but these are wooded properties. They're not wide open like Taylor Farm. So the trails will be designed around existing trees and, and land features.
okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Very exciting.
And what's the timeline?
So if we go out for design now, they'll have a design probably mid to late summer. And then once we have the design, we will, we'll go out for construction. So this is grant funded. So this is a grant from Senator Duff. So part of that grant was, for trails. So this fits, perfectly into what, we're trying to accomplish.
Well, I think that it's part of the POCD, so I think we're in line with that, and that's a good thing, so.
Mhm,
Good job.
Absolutely.
All in favor?
You did too? That's exciting.
It is, it really is. All right. 5.2, approve the use of Veterans Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Pond on the Sound Lacrosse for their lacrosse jamboree event to be held on Saturday, June 1st, 2024, and Sunday, June 2nd, from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Setup time by 6 a.m. Saturday, with tear down by Sunday, 7 p.m. Approximately 250 people. Would someone move the item? Thank you, Ms. Gunn. And who do we have here to speak to this?
Should be Matt Corey. Hey, Matt.
Yep. Hi, how are you? How's everybody?
Good, Mr. Corey. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You want to briefly explain Pound on the Sound?
Absolutely. Pound on the Sound is an event that Norwalk Junior Lacrosse has been doing. This will be our 12th year, with a brief hiatus in 2020 and 21. We bring in anywhere from 50 to 75 youth lacrosse teams from all over the county. Come in and have a great day at Vets Park.
We can't hear you, Matt.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry. 12th year running here. We bring in about 50 to 75 youth lacrosse teams into Vets Park. Have a fun day of lacrosse, some foods, some vendors, and we're trying to showcase the best of what Norwalk has to offer. We recently partnered with the Norwalk Art Space and their artistic director, Duvian Montoya. They did a class on logo design, and so we're using the logo that the kids from his class made. Those are going to be on our Pound on the Sound t-shirts that we use to raise money for our organization.
Great.
So proud to do it, proud to showcase Vets Park with Ken and his staff, and we're looking forward to it again this year.
Thank you very much. Kenneth, you have anything else you want to?
No, it's a great event. If you guys have, a chance to just at least drive by to see all the kids out there when they're having the event, it's a great site. And like Matt said, I mean, Vets Park is a perfect site to have a tournament like this. I mean, we're fortunate to have a site like Vets. I think we take it for granted a lot, where you can go, down and have a lacrosse tournament right on the water.
Best venue in Connecticut.
Best venue in Connecticut?
Yes,
We need
ma'am.
to put that on a t-shirt, maybe. That sounds. Best parks in Connecticut. We need to work on that. So all in favor? Okay. Thank you. Unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Corey, and we hope for good weather, right?
Thank you. Me as well. Bye-bye.
5.3, approve the use of Brian McMahon High School field and immediate surrounding grounds by Fitzareth Gilmore for their Walk for Elijah event to be held Saturday, July 13th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Approximately 100 people. Will someone move the item? Thank you, Ms. Shanahan. Okay, so who do we have here?
Yeah, I don't think we have anybody here to speak to this item.
Yeah, first I should have been here.
Yeah,
We
is this,
can,
I mean, I know that, Tremaine Gilmore is a part of this. I think this is.
I mean, I'm not officially a part of it, but I can speak to the item as I've participated in it a couple of years. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. The Gilmores lost their son tragically when he was very small. And so they have done this walk, I know, for the last maybe little less than 10 years in honor of their son. They also raise this money and they give scholarships out to a Norwalk High School senior and a Brian McMahon senior. It is a community event. It gets bigger and bigger every year, which is really, really exciting. And these are Norwalkers giving back to Norwalkers. And it's always, it's always a good event. Unfortunately, they lost their son, but they are taking their tragedy and turning it around to help other people in the community.
Thank you, Nicole. That was perfectly said. Any questions? No? All in favor? Yeah. Thank you. Item 4. Approve the use of Veterans Park and Oyster Shell Park and immediate surrounding grounds by Club Connecticut for their O'Neill's 5K event to be held on Sunday, June 2nd, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Approximately 400 people. Can someone move the item? Johan, Mr. Lopez? Thank you. Who do we have here? Is this
we have
Mr.
Jim Gerwick's here.
Yep. Hi.
Hey, Jim. Jim, you want to
Yep.
tell us a little bit about your event?
Yeah, this will be, I think, the 11th year that it was held. And it was started, the O'Neill's does a ton of charitable stuff, and this was a race that they decided to do. One of their customers, they lost their daughter when she was like, I think 4 or 5 years old. And so same thing, they wanted to give back. So each year they pick a different charity it's always associated with children. This year, the charity is the Norwalk Education Foundation, which has been, one of the beneficiaries in the past. And they, give a lot of the proceeds, they turn it right around and give it to the various schools to supplement, items that don't get covered in the normal budget. So anyway, it's a 5K race through Sono, goes across the bridge, through Vets Park, comes back, across the bridge, loops by the Maritime, does a loop through Oyster Shell, and then finishes at O'Neill's, followed by a big picnic party on the back deck there.
Great. Okay. Ken, any comments?
No issue. We worked with Jim quite often in the past.
So I do have a question, Mr. Gerwick. So you have approximately 400 people. Has that been the norm, or has that gone up or gone down? I know COVID's been a couple of years from now, but it had impacted a lot of these types of events and.
Right. Yeah.
Back up.
Everything's back to, basically as bigger than normal. I think 2 years after COVID, it may have even been as high as 600. Like it was kind of like a bounce back thing, but the average is 400 to 500 depending on the weather as much as anything. And aside from the first year when it poured rain, they've been pretty lucky with the weather. So I don't want to say anything and jinx it, but
right.
So yeah, I would say, I mean, looking at the pre-registration trend, the numbers that we have now, I would anticipate, 400 plus or minus to be the figure. And that seems to be a sweet spot in that, it doesn't overcrowd the facilities at O'Neill's either before or after the race.
Right. Well, that's a good number. So.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So all in favor? No more questions? Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Have a good
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Item 5, approve the use of Calf Pasture Beach and immediate surrounding grounds by Third Taxing District for their summer concert series event to be held Sunday, July 14th, July 21st, July 28th, August 11th, August 18th, and August 25th, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Set up time and dates of the show by 2 p.m. with tear down by 8 p.m. Approximately 300 people. Would someone move the item? Thank you, Ms. Dunn. And
Yeah,
who
we have
will-
Kevin here from the taxing district.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you tonight? I'm
Kevin.
Kevin Barber, General Manager of the Third Taxing District. This is an event that the district has held well over the last 25, 30 years. It's a summer concert series. We have 6 concerts this summer, and we run these very similar to the city's concerts that they hold at the beach on Wednesdays. I don't know what other type of information you would like to hear. I mean, most people may be aware of these events, but we're happy to hold them each year for the residents of the district and the city of Norwalk.
Wonderful. And what year is this?
Sorry?
What year? How many years have you been doing it?
Oh, we honestly, I don't know the exact. I've been told it's probably greater than 25 years now.
All right, Mr. Barber. So no issues, of course. So
No.
all in favor? All right, it's unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye. Item 6, approve the use of Calf Pasture Beach and immediate surrounding grounds by Siegel Rare Neuroimmune Association for their walk, run, and roll event to be held on Saturday, October 12th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Set up time by 9 a.m. with tear down by 1 p.m. Approximately 100 people. Someone move that? Thank you, Ms. Shanahan. Okay,
Hello. Sorry, I turned my camera on, but my name is Andrew Melitsinopoulos. I just want to thank you all for your consideration. In undergrad, I actually interned with the Brooklyn Parks and Rec Department, so I can appreciate all of the work that you do. I'm a Norwalk native. My whole family, my brothers and dad were all Norwalk High graduates. I captained the Norwalk High boys soccer team that won a state championship back in 2012 and went on to be a Division I athlete shortly after at Manhattan College. And I actually have been working in Norwalk at Terex Corporation in Treasury for the past 6 years. So it's a place that I hold near and dear to my heart. But despite the sort of fortunate upbringing that I've had in Norwalk and the tight-knit community that I've always had, I unfortunately got diagnosed with a rare disease kind of similar to multiple sclerosis. It's called MOGAD, MOGAD, 2 years ago, where I was half blind. I had to relearn how to walk and use my hands. Coming from that athletic background, I've been fortunate through monthly infusion treatments and a lot of physical and occupational therapy to get back on my feet, but not everybody's that lucky. These types of rare diseases can typically be relapsing or in remission. So I've thankfully been in remission, and the group SRNA, the Siegel Rare Neuroimmune Association, holds these regional walk, run, and roll events for people to essentially fly into. This would be considered the Northeast walk, run, and roll that they've been holding for, I believe, over 30 years. Essentially to raise money and fundraise towards research towards these rare disease types, where for the various ones that there are support groups for, there are no cures, but there are preventative treatments like the infusions that I get. And it's essentially to hold this charity event at Calf Pasture, which I've been to walks there in the past. It's the beach that I grew up at. It's handicap accessible, and I'm not exactly sure on the scale at which, it could be in terms of the amount of people, but, I'd be hoping to reach out to my old Norwalk alumni and, all my friends and family having been there, to help raise money towards this cause. So again, happy to answer any questions towards that. But again, just appreciate your consideration.
Well, thank you. I don't want to mess up your last name. I'm just going to say Andrew.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And thank you for doing this, and just happy to hear that things are going in the right direction for you, and just bringing more awareness to this. I don't like to say disease, but autoimmune deficiency or whatever.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm
Now,
getting
again,
married in a month,
here-
so it's all positive from there. But yeah, planning out this walk in my hometown is a great pride for me.
Absolutely, and and hearing you talk about coming back, I think that's what we as Norwalk would love to have people come back to their community and
Yep.
give and do this type of thing. So we really appreciate you, what you're doing. And this is the first year or no?
This would be the first year, yeah, and hopefully more to come from there.
All right. Ken, was there anything on our end that needed?
No, we don't see any, you know, as you guys know, we do walks like this all the time, so
Oh.
we're happy to have them in Norwalk.
Yep. So does anyone have any questions or comments for Mr. Andrew? Yep. All right, all in favor? All right. It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a
Yep.
good night.
Have a good
Take
evening.
care.
All right. I think we need a motion.
Elise.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I'm getting out of practice. I've been gone for a week.
Right, come on, Johan, you gotta get your hand up fast too.
A little faster. Great.
Well,
Thanks,
Lisa,
everybody.
Lisa always beats me to it. Lisa beats everyone to it.
Oh,
This is like bam.
Ready. Ready, set, go.
all right, guys. we did-
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
everybody.
See you
Have a
guys.
good
Bye.
night.
Take care.
Bye.
Week.